Hi guys, this is Simran. Thank you so much for tuning into my channel. In this video, let's learn how to make chicken tikka masala. It is a rich, flavorful Indian dish that consists of roasted marinated chicken pieces in a thick, creamy, spiced curry. If you are new to my channel, welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Also, click on the bell icon so you get an update when I upload a new recipe. To make the chicken tikka masala, we will first prepare the chicken tikkas. For that, I have taken approximately 1.5 pounds or 650 grams of boneless chicken. I'm using chicken thighs since they are more juicy, but if you want, you can replace it with chicken breast. To this, add a teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. Please note, Kashmiri red chili powder is not very spicy, but it gives a rich red color to the dish. 1.5 tablespoons of lemon or lime juice, 1 teaspoon of freshly grated garlic, and 1 teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. Mix everything well and let all the chicken pieces coat thoroughly. Doing this step will not only remove a smell from the chicken, but it will also make the chicken more juicy and tender. Cover it and let it rest for 10 to 15 minutes. In a small vessel, add approximately 2 tablespoons of mustard oil. Mustard oil gives a very nice taste to the dish, but if you don't have it, feel free to replace it with any other cooking oil of your choice. Once it gets to a smoking point, turn off the gas and let it cool down completely. Once the mustard oil is cooled completely, transfer it in a bowl. Add half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, half a teaspoon of turmeric, half a teaspoon of roasted cumin powder, a teaspoon of garam masala. I have added the link to the video how to make garam masala at home in the description box. Make sure to check it out. Half a teaspoon of black salt, half a teaspoon of chaat masala. Adding black salt and chaat masala is optional, but I highly recommend you to add it. 1/4 cup of hung curd. I added the curd in a strainer and left it for approximately 1 hour. Try using the hung curd because once the moisture is out from the curd, it sticks better to the chicken pieces. I'm also adding a teaspoon of dried fenugreek leaves, that is kasuri methi. Crush it between your palms and add it. Give everything a good mix. And our second marination is ready. Add the prepared marination to the chicken pieces. Mix everything thoroughly. Ideally, you should do this a night before, but if you don't have time, marinating it for half an hour to 1 hour is also sufficient. Let's prepare the chicken tikkas. Heat a heavy bottom skillet. Once it's hot, add some oil, approximately 2 tablespoons of butter, and then add the marinated chicken pieces. After adding all the pieces, make sure you do not flip it right now. Keep the flame high, cook it for 4 to 5 minutes. Once it starts releasing some moisture, reduce the heat to medium, cover it, and then let it cook for another 5 minutes. After cooking it for a few minutes, open the lid. You can see that the chicken has already released a lot of moisture and it's cooking in the same. Once again, turn the gas on high, continue to cook it and let all the moisture evaporate. It's been a few minutes we've been cooking this and the moisture has evaporated. The chicken also has left the pan. Gently flip all the pieces. Do you see the nice reddish brown crust that is formed on one side? This is what we are looking for. And now we are flipping all the pieces and we want the same crust on the other side. Once the chicken is cooked from both the sides, take it out in a separate bowl. Chicken tikka is ready. This chicken by itself as an appetizer, it's so tasty. You can have it with some onions and some cilantro and mint chutney, or you can also add it in a wrap. We are going to use this chicken tikka to make the chicken tikka masala. So let's move to the second step, that is making the masala or the curry. To the same vessel in which you've made the chicken tikkas, add 2 large onions finely chopped, We are gonna use the same oil in which we've cooked the chicken because this has all the juices and the flavors of the chicken. To this, also add 1 inch of cinnamon stick and 1 black cardamom. I forgot to add it while recording this recipe, but make sure to add it. It gives a very nice flavor to the chicken. Add some oil as needed. Add half a cup of water to deglaze the pan. Saute the onions for a few minutes till they are translucent. I added a little bit salt to help the onions cook faster. A quick tip, because we added some water, you will notice that everything that was sticking on the bottom of the pan will start releasing and it will mix with the onions. Otherwise, it would have just burned. Once the onions become slightly translucent, add a teaspoon of freshly grated garlic and a teaspoon of freshly grated ginger. Saute it till the raw smell of ginger garlic is gone. After cooking it for some time, now let's add the spices. 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder, a teaspoon of Garam masala, half a teaspoon of roasted cumin powder, 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric, and half a teaspoon of coriander powder. Salt to taste. Please note, we already added a little bit of salt in the beginning and we've also added the salt in the chicken tikkas, so we need to add it accordingly. To this, I'm adding 2 to 3 tablespoons of water so the spices don't burn, and now we need to continue to cook this till it releases oil. After cooking the onions and the spices for some time, add 2 large tomatoes pureed in a blender. Saute it once again till it releases its oil. Cover it and let it cook for 4 to 5 minutes. Meanwhile, in a separate bowl, I've added 2 tablespoons of cashews. To this, I'm adding boiling hot water. Let the cashews soak in it for 10 to 12 minutes or till they are nice and soft. Once the cashews were soft, I added it in a blender jar and made it to a fine paste. Add this cashew paste to the masala. I added 1/3 cup of milk to adjust the consistency, but if you want, you can replace it with water. I prefer to add the cashew paste and a little bit of milk to give it a creamy consistency, but if you want, you can use cream instead, or if you don't prefer it to be creamy, then you can completely skip it. We will cover it once again and let it simmer for a few more minutes. After some time, add a teaspoon of honey and the prepared chicken pieces. Simmer it for a few more minutes, let all the flavors infuse together. To this, I'm also adding a teaspoon of crushed dried fenugreek leaves. Taste the gravy and you can adjust the spices and salt as per your liking. I did add a little bit more salt to it and some garam masala. Close the lid and let's make the tempering now. In a small vessel, heat 2 tablespoons of desi ghee, that is clarified butter. Once it's hot, add a teaspoon of cumin seeds. Once it splutters, add 1 tablespoon of finely chopped garlic. Let it cook for 2 to 3 seconds, then turn off the gas. Add slit jalapeno peppers. If you don't have it, you can always replace it with regular green chilies. At last, add half a teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. Give it a final mix. Your tempering is ready. Quickly add it to the prepared chicken. Cover it again and let it rest for 5 to 6 minutes. Chicken tikka masala is ready, but to give it a smoky flavor, I am placing a small bowl. On that, I have placed an instant lighting charcoal. Light it. Once it's lit, add a few drops of desi ghee. quickly cover it and let it sit for 5 to 6 minutes. Doing this step is completely optional, but this step is going to take the taste of your chicken tikka masala to the next level. I highly recommend you to give it a try. Carefully remove the bowl with the charcoal. Friends, give this finger-licking good chicken tikka masala a try. If you follow this recipe and make it, you are not gonna make it any other way. It's that tasty. Dish it out, garnish it with some cilantro. Enjoy this curry with some hot chapati, naan, or even rice. This creamy, dreamy chicken will just melt in your mouth. It's so good. Thumbs up if you've liked the video. This not only helps with YouTube algorithm, but it also keeps me motivated to share more such recipes with all of you. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.